Hey everybody, it's me, Odin, Zach, whatever you want to call me, and welcome back! Off to the crew.
Hello, I am Amarok. I play the Illidan monk Thane.
Hi, I'm John. I play Henry, the wizened old gnome wizard who's losing his mind.
Hi, I'm Dylan. I play Tarek the druid, and who knows what wacky zany animals I will turn into today.
Hello, I'm Pat, and I play as Seth Bayul, the human fighter.
And I am Corbin. I play Vilniris, the human cleric sorceress.
Hello, I'm Tim, and I play Barbaros, the dragonborn fighter and keeper of rights.
That is our beautiful and lovely cast. And with that, welcome back to Auroros. Okay, welcome back. So, last time, this fandangled band of misfits beat feet out of town after slaughtering a bunch of demons and or devils in the police station? Question mark?
Basically.
Technically speaking,
They had it coming, just
police station,
let's,
town hall.
the shade, please.
Yeah.
We're making a social statement. It's fine.
Yeah. So you murdered a bunch of them, beat one near to death, and then rolled it up in a carpet
I don't know.
and threw it on the back of Seth's Axebeak. And you just casually sauntered your asses out of town with a bleeding body.
I feel like there's a lot of unnecessary criticism.
Yeah, I'm feeling that too.
You conveniently left out the fact that they were all devils.
And then they were setting
I
up.
specifically said that.
And they set up an ambush for us. So, like, we didn't technically murder them. That was self-defense.
Did they necessarily set up an ambush, or did you
In a
walk
town-
into
Hey,
the
hey.
wolf den and went right to the back room?
They set up the wolf den with our friends.
I'm just saying, they're sheep. We're sheep herders. You gotta kill some wolves.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Sheeple.
You all took this devil out of town, leaving behind one of your companions as they split off to try and get a message out to reinforcements. You took the devil to Greynor's temple, where, with the help of Alistair, you coerced some information out of it. Not a whole lot, but some, and realized that this problem is deep and heavily rooted throughout the town. Velnerith, on your side, you were able to get to the multiple faith temple here at the northern end of Ingswich, where you scraped through a combat with Bran and Talon, got to the temple, and informed the priests and priestesses there of the danger they were in. They were able to send off a message to your superior, who assured you that assistance would arrive within a week, and you simply had to hold out. The priest then told you that if you could provide the necessary components for a ritual, he would be able to turn the temple and potentially its grounds into a safe haven against this demonic invasion until help arrived. So you snuck your way out of town. You walked out casually and made your way towards Greynor's temple to reunite with your friends, where Henry had a conversation with a bird that was actually witnessed and heard by another member of the party. You had a long conversation with Alistair and debated the best route forward, where Seth recalled that one of the bounties was for a jewel thief. And you are, conveniently, in need of some jewels at the moment. And so you made your way back to town and have stopped outside the wall, where you continue to debate the best path forward, letting young Henry go into town all by his lonesome. He's just a little boy. He's just a little boy.
Yeah.
Fine.
Fine.
And there, as you all debate the best path forward on trying to hunt down Harl's Payne, the Jewel Thief, we pick back up just outside the southeastern gate of Ingswich.
We had a concept of a plan.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We have a
I thought
thought.
we
We have a thought of a plan.
A memory of a plan.
No, Henry does not have a memory of a plan.
God,
Henry
it's
doesn't
getting
have a
worse.
memory.
For the
Amarok does not have a
zero
memory.
viewers that we have, prior to this session, I went into our group chat about this and I told everybody that all their plans sucked.
But then he didn't give a
I
good
was not
plan.
wrong.
He didn't give a good plan though. So
Not a
like,
single one.
didn't help.
Shame. Shame.
Just criticized.
Shitty plan better
Shame.
than no plan.
Then that's not necessarily the case.
We're all going on a pirate adventure.
Yeah, exactly.
Screw this. We beat feet. Find a ship. We're good.
Y'all can do whatever you want.
We just leave Henry in the town and go on with our life.
Oh, now that we're rid of him.
There are outcomes no matter what you do. So,
Yeah,
I
the
sure hope
outcome is
so.
I bring in my character Jerry.
No. That is a no.
So
Solid no.
You all better start acting right.
Our
I would rather you
zero viewers
play
is traumatic.
Cadwin than Jerry.
All right,
You
well,
would get
if want-
banned.
You would
I was
get
gonna say-
banned so fast.
The
Then we could just
platform
play a
would
home game.
monetize you. You'd owe Twitch
Okay.
money.
Yes. Okay, so remind me. I'm currently having the memory of Henry. Henry's going into town to do what specifically? I'm asking the
So
group.
y'all were debating. You were trying to figure out where the guy robbed the place like a few days ago, and the guards posted up a bounty to try and find him because they had not managed to find him yet. So you're just trying to find leads because he robbed the two biggest jewelry stores in town, and you need rubies. You don't necessarily have to do this. You could go rob a jewelry store too, or just see if they have the
No.
rubies. Who knows?
I
That's-
don't like the idea of robbing a jewelry store. I don't get the money for this one. I think finding.
I
these
mean,
guys
to
probably
rob a
does
jewelry
something.
store, we still have to go back into the town, and I feel like the part that I hate the most is going back into the town.
Yeah, not great.
And we
So if
figured
we
out
have
that
to
if
go back
we,
into the town, we might as well do like a decent thing and try to find. Thank you.
and we
try to
also
find-
figured out that we can't make it to another town and back in time before everyone's dead. So
Yes,
Yeah.
basically.
So, what are our options to actually secure information on this individual? I mean, if they weren't a local, if they were just like a random person who came in and robbed it, do we have any knowledge on like brigand bands, places where they water over, places off the road, you know, wells that are kept out in the wilderness somewhere, stopovers? I don't know, like if that's a thing necessarily.
Barbaros would know that, if not somebody
Yeah.
else in the town. The rest of us are
Yeah.
all outsiders.
Yeah.
Getting
Barbaros, go
back
ahead
to the
and
town.
roll me a history check.
Okay. History. You know, not my best roll. Ah, it teased me. It went to 16 and dropped to 8. Why does a digital dice do that?
All the
Who
time.
programmed that? What asshole programmed that?
Somebody who's
Yes.
played too much D&D.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone who has been spited their entire lives and then needed to do it to other people.
I feel bad.
So, Barbaros, you immediately one place does come to mind, but you ransacked it a day ago. That stronghold, or not the stronghold, but the encampment that was south
Yeah.
along the river.
Well, okay. So history's not going to do me. What about fur trappers, traders, things like that? People that live wood burners, because going back into the town is really not an option. But there might be charcoal burners or small homesteads that are outside of the town where maybe information about a heist and destruction and all this kind of stuff. Because I have this generalized fear we're going to go back towards town with like bounties on our heads.
Probably.
Probably.
I'd say
we
Like the
literally
demon-
collapsed a gate on our way out.
Yeah,
and
the
I don't
demon-
think they like us.
Yeah, I mean the demons in control of the constabulary. I don't see it going well. So I'm thinking of like offshoot mining ventures that aren't exactly legal. Maybe people who are homesteaders on the like periphery.
The caravanners that we came across, are they staying in town?
Yeah, that's a good one.
You mean Seamus?
Yeah, Seamus. He was with like a crew of people, right? It wasn't just him.
Yeah,
in a
it
wagon.
was.
Yeah.
It was a handful of wagons. His was just the biggest, and like, holy shit! Look at that house on wheels.
Yeah.
Are
they staying in town with their contraptions?
That you are not sure of. They were rolling into town and setting up in the garden market when you had met them.
Yeah, and he said he was staying there in the garden market with the wagon for a period of time.
Yeah, but the rest you
talked to him.
are not sure.
So it was still.
They did express that there was serious demonic activity on the roads. Yeah. So I'd say you could probably assume they don't want to stay outside the city walls.
Does anybody have a disguise kit?
Not I.
Not I.
I just want somebody to rub blush on Barbaros's cheeks and send him in.
Right? I mean, just paint. Somebody gets the idea, like, you're turning greenish. I'm like, say that again.
Towards the end of the last session,
I have a
we had
disguise
agreed
kit.
to send...
Hold on. Yeah.
I have a
Towards the
disguise kit,
last-
but it only turns me into animals.
No, not you.
Towards
Sorry.
the end of the last session, we had already agreed to send Henry in along with Tark, Fane, and I believe Velnerith. Barbaros and I were the ones that stood out too much and would be unable to enter.
Right, and
Fane's easy to cover because all we have to do is simply put a hood over.
And
Velnerith wasn't a part of the group that demolished the entry, so...
No, Velnerith literally came in and out under normal circumstances, and Tark can assume any animal form. Ergo, they were the only ones that were most likely to be able to enter.
Should she go in by herself because of that?
I think the reason we wanted a small group is because we were worried that if they do know us, that the numbers might help them escape. But also, yes, Henry is also the one that took down the entryway. So, maybe recognize the...
How many people really noticed a halfling? Or a gnome, I should say.
Doesn't Velnerith have, like, the stink of the Cecil's flame on her?
Yeah, but like not in a suspicious way yet. Like we've been coming and going plenty up until this point. The only reason that we got like into trouble is because we went to the police station and said, "Hey, we got information about devils," and the devils didn't take kindly to that. But
they were there.
You guys asked me for a plan. I have a new plan. We dig a tunnel underneath the city.
Oh God.
He does have that spell.
I don't know what this accomplishes. I just want to dig a tunnel underneath the city now.
He does have that move Earth spell. Theoretically, it would take us weeks to be able to make it as far as we need to, but like, hey.
I mean, maybe... Actually, maybe Velnerith just walks into the city because she can just walk into the city. She walked out of the city. She seems to not be causing, like, having much issue. She is not suspected of much as far as we know.
Fair.
And would we be able to dig underneath the wall in a section using the move Earth and just kind of, like...
Reverse prison escape this?
Yeah.
Reverse prison
break?
You
can try.
You can certainly try.
You can certainly try.
Because I do have a concern. I'm doing a heckin' concern that, like, the rest of us are suspected. We are...
Fair. Very fair.
I can definitely attempt to go in and, like, a couple people maybe stay somewhere close by in case Velnerith can't get very far in. And
you have the message spell. Granted, it doesn't go very far.
Yes.
Whoever goes in, Tarek should be in, like, cat form with them.
Probably a good idea.
Oh, that gets another person inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I think maybe Velnerith and Tarek to go in together, because that gets at least 2 people in. And then maybe Fane and Henry try to go in together, because Fane and Henry are, if they got a good look at us in any capacity, we are probably wanted by
And if
somebody.
we keep us separate from them for the start of it, then if we have to run, they might not have to. If we're far enough apart, though, it's not noticed if they come after us. So,
yeah, I would say maybe Velnerith and Tark go in like a few hundred feet ahead, kind of thing.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I think we could do that because then, at least we're guaranteed 2 people inside before possible mayhem.
Yep.
So there is one small issue. We have 4 hours.
Oh, for your polymorph?
Yeah, I could do it in two. I get 2 of them, and again, do it in 2-hour sections.
I mean, once you're inside the city, I don't think it's. I don't think you need to keep the wild shape or polymorph, whatever it is at that point. I think once you're inside the city, you are better off than literally walking past guards as we enter in. And the guards, I think, at this point are like 90% devils. So I think getting into the city is the difficult part. Once you're in there, you're amidst the throng. You will be in better shape, if not totally fine.
Yeah.
And
But
even
getting
so,
stared at.
Yeah, even so, if we get you to, if Velnerith gets you to like alleyways or something like that, you can drop polymorph, what have you, and make your way through the city in more of a stealthy manner, and then polymorph when needed.
I keep that prepared.
Okay.
I think that sounds like a
Are
good
you guys
plan.
discussing this as you make your way back from the temple to town?
While they
Or
have a
you all-
scrying spell on us, we're discussing it so that they're ready.
Well, generally,
Probably.
I wasn't gonna voice it while you guys were strategizing, but like, is this all happening in character? Like, are you moving? What?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
we're because like it's the same 4 people that are going anyways. So we would be talking this through. Like, okay, this is how we're gonna actually do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's all
sounds
6 of us
right.
that are going towards town, right? Like Barbaros and Seth are still with us. They're just not going to be going into town with us, correct?
Don't ask
They'll
me,
be
you
staying
tell me.
outside.
I'm not
That was
asking
the
you, I'm asking the
original
rest
plan.
of the group.
The original plan had both Barbaros and myself statued outside of the city
Mm-hmm.
with eyes on the gate.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
think
that's the plan.
I think that's a really good idea, because also if Fane and Henry get into trouble as we go in, then Barbaros and Seth can be close enough nearby where they can help us get the heck out of there.
Yeah.
If
Because
we need
another thing was that we weren't going in through the gate, we left.
Yeah, no, because it's in
Well,
pieces.
yeah, I don't think that's an option. At least, definitely not a good one.
I mean, it's not a thoroughly walled city. Like, the gate being down doesn't mean you can't go through it. It just means you go over it.
No, this city is walled.
With, like, logs and whatnot.
No, stone walls.
Really? I thought this was
Yeah.
a frontier town.
No, that is something that you would have noted coming out into Aridhest from Alandon. All the towns out here are fortified towns.
Too many devil demon issues.
Too many problems for small towns to survive.
Ingswich is very far from everything else, but it is rich in quarries and minerals in the area, and it is very close, or closer than most, to the ruined coast, which is where abyssal monsters come out to play.
Okay.
Yeah. So we
got
got a plan. We're heading towards the town, and we will
Yeah. So
let them
that
go
conversation
first.
is happening along the way, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All 6 of us walking along, heading to the town. That conversation happens along the way. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So, as the day progresses, a couple hours goes by, and Ingswich comes into view. You are approaching from the west, so you would, to get to the other entrance. Please hold. Pulling up the map. That's necessary. Okay, yeah. So there are only 2 entrances into Ingswich, and one is the southeast side, and the other is the northeast side. One leads up towards Namir Sea, the forest, and the other heads back down into Eridhest proper, and you're approaching from the west.
Cool. Tarek, what are you gonna turn into?
I was thinking a cat. Again, I mean, I'll be a different color this time. I'll be a black cat.
All right. That's good. Do you want me just to carry you, or you're gonna walk next to me?
Tarek turns into a cat and pops up on Velnara's shoulders
Okay, that works too.
like a scarf.
Yeah. So we'll do that as we're close, but out of eye shot of the main gate.
Okay. So, are you going to try and approach from the north, or are you going to wrap around the south? How are you approaching the gate?
The south side was the one that got fucked up, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. Then we're going north side, so we'll walk up to the north.
So you make your way through, and then as you are kind of just cresting around the large walls of Ingswich, the outlying farmlands and hamlet outside of the city proper unfolds before you. You see wheat fields, windmills, and just acres and acres of farmland. And there's a handful of people out there just working that you can see, tending the fields. But you're able to cross around, and yeah, it's just a small hamlet that you have to make your way through to get to the main gate.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna nonchalantly just walk through like I have done a couple times already.
Okay. Fane, Henry, you are going with.
We're hanging back once we get to locations where people will be able to see us, including townsfolk and what have you, because we don't know who we can trust. So we'll hang back the distance that we discussed until they are far enough, and then we will come into sight of other like areas where people will be.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to keep within eyesight, but like
You would have to enter the hamlet to maintain eyesight of them as they enter the town, or like enter the actual city.
I mean that's okay. I think for me and Henry, because I mean I think we have like cloaks up kind of thing, trying to mask what we are a bit.
Yeah, plausibly
Okay.
not the same group as what we are trying to convey by the distance that we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barbaros, Seth, you guys are staying back, so you are not entering the hamlet.
Correct.
Just gonna hang out by the north side of the city wall.
What was the limit of message?
140 feet.
Yeah, that's not far.
Not that far.
No.
Alright.
Yeah.
So
No,
close
it's
enough
sending.
close enough to be able to hear a commotion, but like in line of sight of the gates. Kind of lingering, lounging about.
Okay, so you'd be entering the hamlet, just not the town.
Yeah,
Okay, and Barbaros, you lived in this hamlet. Like,
exactly. Yeah, people know me.
That could work for you. Could work against you.
Could work against me. Yeah, people might know me.
So, handful of questions here. Barbaros and Seth, are you trying to blend in and be nonchalant, or are you trying to hide and just not be seen or draw attention to yourselves?
I don't think Barbaros can do that.
Yeah, to be
So-
honest, Seth doesn't care. I'm going to be out in the open, brushing my axe beak, and if the guards come at me, then so be it.
I mean, devils don't exist, so
And it's more akin to the idea of why keep pussyfooting around. Best to challenge the enemy in the open.
They might be less likely to actually. Yeah, brazenness might actually work to our advantage this time because
Mhm.
it's so out in the open.
Yeah.
If they're still trying to infiltrate, then they're less
Yeah.
likely to drop their guard or cover.
Yeah, so being just out like that, just like very casual, unhidden, is probably actually best. It's going to be the best cover.
Okay.
what
Go
time of day is
ahead.
it?
It's late morning. It's probably like
Late morning.
10. Okay. So Seth and Barbaros, give me either deception or performance checks, your choice.
Deception.
Uh, 14 for me and 18 for Barbaros.
Okay, excellent. Two of you just meander through the hamlet. People milling about. They wave and they smile at you, Barbaros. You're a familiar sight here, and you're able to just lounge about. There's like not really a square, but there's benches and tables that gather around a smaller well that's here that is within eyesight of the main gate. And you're able to post up there, and you don't seem to be drawing the ire of any guards. Thane and Henry,
Yep.
are you going to attempt to just casually make your way through? Or are you trying to, again, be discreet and just not draw attention to yourselves?
Hoods up. Make our way through. Just generally not try to draw attention, but like we're not hiding so much that we're drawing attention. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay. That would be deception checks from the book.
All right.
Bad.
That's a natural 20 for me.
Nice.
Natural 20. Okay.
And a 6.
And a 6. Okay. We'll get back to that. Velnerith, you have a cat draped on your shoulders. You walked out of here no problem yesterday, and you are making your way back towards the gate.
Yep.
You do see that there is noticeably heavier guard presence at the gate. Previously, there were only 2 posted here. Now there are 6. There's 2 on the inside, 2 on the outside, and then there are 2 you see are stationed at the top of the wall, looking down.
Okay.
I want you to give me... Just give me a straight charisma roll.
Nine.
9.
I look at the guards and say, meow.
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 Ruin our conversation.
Hella aggressive. Like the most pronounced meow ever.
Meow.
So, Velnerith, as you're walking through, you tell yourself, "Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. I did this yesterday. This is fine. They're not suspecting me." And Tarek, you can just feel her posture stiffen and get kind of just automatically suspicious. Like, this is the person who's walking past a cop with a whole lot of weed in their pocket. Is like, "Be cool, man. Be cool. Be cool," and is not being cool.
I will attempt to like. You guys are gonna give me shit for this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna like
You gonna
attempt
pee
to
on her?
like. No, I should, but no. I'm gonna attempt to. I'm gonna like nuzzle her to like try to calm her down. I don't know.
Oh
how
my
this is going.
god.
I think it's gonna have
Oh,
the
no.
opposite effect, but hey, we're here.
Just like purring and nuzzling her cheek.
Just making biscuits in their shoulder.
There you go.
It's okay. You guys can give me shit for this for the next 50 sessions. It's fine.
No, I mean, honestly, it's a subtle and good way to try and get someone to... Animals help when you're stressing out.
No.
So that I'll let you roll with advantage. So you get one more roll.
Velnerith forgets for a
my
few
charisma.
moments that this cat is Tarek.
I can do a charisma roll for with
Yep,
advantage.
One more.
Or she learned something about herself. One of the two.
10.
10.
Nice. One more.
Technically better.
I provide 1 point of help.
For Velnerith, 10 is what you needed because you are not suspected. and you tense up and you start just kind of walking funny and just very stiffly and realize you're being super suspicious. And it's like what the fuck do I do with my hands? And then Tarek starts like making biscuits and like clawing into your shoulder a little bit, and you hear like
Making
purr,
biscuits.
and you get out of your own head for a minute. You're like, all right, yeah, no, like everything's good, and you loosen up, and you pass through the gate without incident. Guards don't even stop you.
Nice.
So you make your way in. Fane and Henry, you see Velnerith pass through the gate. You do catch that she got a little robotic for a minute and then chilled out. And you make your way forward.
As we start making our way, I just kind of whisper to Fane, if I tap you on the leg, run forward.
Fane will give a little nod.
Okay. So you step forward, all cloaked up, and as you approach the gate, the guard closest to you steps forward. Halt! Lower your hoods.
Not much choice in the matter, so
No.
Fane will pull back their hood.
Henry would do likewise.
And guard takes a minute and he's just looking you both over and goes, business here.
Just
I'm in need of new traveling equipment. I point to some sewn patches on what has basically been my traveling attire since I left home. Would prefer to have something a little bit less threadbare, and there's not much for other towns in the area.
Just need a place to rest these old knees.
Right, I feel for you. Where are you coming from?
From a long time, from the Mother's Isle. I have been dotting my way down south ever since. I've spent some time between towns at this point. I'm actually not sure what the last town Fane was at before coming here.
Me either.
Been that long.
Well, I don't think it was ever established.
You've resolved this by telling him your life story.
Oh yeah.
When I was a boy.
When I was a young
That's what we should have done. We should have just
warthog.
had Henry try to tell them a story, and it will bore them to sleep. And
And then everybody can walk through, yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing. That would have been it. That's the win right there. Alright. Mind yourself. There's been some ruckus lately. Yeah, just behave yourselves. Good.
No ruckus out of me. I'm too tired. Just kind of hobbles through.
Card turns and goes back to his post and just kind of leans up against the wall and continues looking out. Yeah, your natural 20 saved that big time.
As we get in, I put my hood back up just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Fane will do the same.
All right, Velnerith, Tarek, you seem to be leading as Henry and Fane just follow you from a distance. What are you doing?
We'll walk for a little bit and then kind of stop and look around like we're looking for something as we just wait.
You waiting for us to get closer?
Yeah, I mean, you guys we would have seen that you guys got through the gate, so like I would have been at least keeping an eye out. Yeah.
We'll try to
And
find a
then-
spot within like, what is it, the 120 feet, within range, and then find a spot for Henry to west is where we need.
West is Widow Wags.
West is Will Wags. He's such a Will guy. No, it's for Henry to sit down and rest, and so he and Velnirth can chat back and forth.
Henry will probably, when walking down the street, seeing them stop, will either turn before getting to them or walk past them without actually like making contact, and find like just an offshoot alleyway that has maybe a couple crates that Henry could like hop up on and rest and just kind of like rub his legs like he's taking a break.
Yeah, without issue.
Yeah.
Plenty of those.
In doing so, he'll pull out the wire and just kind of under his breath. If you want to spread out, maybe go to one of the jewelry stores that got robbed or ask people around. We'll see if we can do the same.
I'll find an alleyway that's, or I guess, Did Tarek say that if he just wanted to stay a cat for like as little as possible, or?
Tark told you you had 4 hours. That's all he said.
Okay. Yeah, then I would probably just go try to find one of the jewelry stores.
Okay. Well, Seth has the writ for the bounty. But roll me a perception check.
And I also perceive, as I have been trying to be the eyes for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
That's not
Seth
good,
did
but it's
relay
a
all the
perception.
information on the writ as well. So
No, for
we do have all of it.
17.
17. And Tark?
11. Yay.
11. Alright. Well, with a 17, as you hear Henry relay that message into your head, and you just kind of take a minute and you look around, you're on the main thoroughfare of Ingswich, and you see a long, low building with a second story towards the back half, right here on the main street, with a shattered front window that is being boarded up, and a big sign swinging on it with a cut gem on the front that says, "The Living Jewel."
Well, not there, clearly. Must be somewhere else in the city. Let's move on.
No,
Head,
we're
head
looking for a
it.
tailor's, right?
Is the front door still?
Okay. They seem. It seems under repair.
Okay.
It's still in operation.
Potentially. You can't see through. The window's boarded up.
I'll just attempt to go inside then.
Okay. The door opens.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Gonna
Good
just
start.
go in.
No half-hour door opening montage.
Start looking around. Is there a patron or anybody in here?
You enter into a very, very clean storefront. It is polished, except as you look around, there's just hanging plants all over the outer walls, creeping vines, all kinds of just different hanging plant. Yeah, whatever. I don't know enough about plants. But there's lots of low counters with boarded up tops. It looks like there would have been glass cases here that were all smashed in. But towards the back, just kind of head down, there's a very tall incredibly dark-skinned man. His skin is jet black. But you also see, like, glints of gold throughout his skin also from where you are. But
Interesting.
you don't see anybody else.
Hello. Are you still open?
The man looks up, and his eyes are also that brilliant gold color. Well, yes, but we don't have much of a selection right now, unfortunately.
Actually, that is partially why I'm here. My friend found a writ that, well, obviously you were robbed. I was hoping to gather some information, see if we could track down and recover your goods.
Truly, that would be that would be wonderful. It's been nearly a week, and Yvonne and I have, well, given up hope. Please come, sit, ask your questions.
All right, I'll just go. Is there anywhere to sit?
Yeah, there's a few seats at the counter, stools.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll pull up a chair and then it's like can you just describe at first, were you here when it happened?
Yvonne and I live upstairs, so yes, I came down after I heard. Well, you'd think this is from the robbery. This was from the fight that ensued.
Oh,
Yes. That Auroros is a quiet man. Never thought he'd get this in him.
I'm sorry. What was his name?
Auroros Payne.
Carl. Okay.
He's never been a good man, but I did not think he would steal from us.
While they're talking, Tarek gets down off of Velnar's shoulders and goes over to the damaged, the damaged areas.
Okay.
And I sniff around to see if I smell that, brimstone-y sulfur.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation or perception check.
Perception with advantage, because I am a kitty.
Do it. Kitty cat. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, bird. Get the bird away from the
That
cat.
is
It's not
a
safe.
20. Dirty 20.
20? Nice. There's no sulfur smell here. However, you do catch a metallic smell of some kind. A almost like an oxidation scent. And you follow it. And by one of the cases there is the faintest imprint of like the ball of a foot, like someone was crouched here just on the ball of their feet. And it's just a heavy green powdery substance.
Barbaros grinding up his scales again.
Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
I can do that. I'm a natural man. I don't know what that means, but I said it, so we're here.
No,
But you are.
natural.
I have an 11. I'm apparently not that much of a natural man.
You're not sure what it is, but this is the source of the metallic scent.
I paw at it. Does it hurt? Like, does it hurt for me to paw at it?
It doesn't hurt, but it does. Some of it kind of sticks to your fur.
Okay, that's actually what I wanted. Good. I'm gonna walk back over to Vilnerith and hop up on a chair and then hop back up on her shoulders and wait for her to stop having this conversation or lull the conversation.
Okay. Back to that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, I heard, just something. I heard a click. It sounded off, and I made my way downstairs, and there was Auroros trying to rob us blind. A scuffle ensued, and well, I threw him out the window, and when I got to the window, he was gone. I don't know how he moved so fast with that damn limp. And, well, and he just kind of gestures around. He got pretty much everything.
Did anybody else specifically come into the store that you just anybody like that before that happened, like within the last like 10 to 12 hours?
Quite a few. We could check the ledger books. We do a fair well, other than right now. We usually do a fair amount of business. My wife and I, we are. And he gestures to himself. We have a good way with precious metals and stones. We shape all of our things to fit our clientele perfectly. So,
Yes.
I say we are the best. Many people come from far, far away to the Living Jewel. But, yes, let me check the books. And he just ruffles under the counter. Ruffles? Sure. Ruffles under the counter for a second and pulls out a large leather tome. Straight ruffles.
Yeah.
Places it down, flips it open, and scrolls through it, and then fucking pull up a list of NPCs.
While he's scrolling through it, that's when I will like kind of, I'll like paw at Velnerith's face, realizing I have no good way to communicate.
Okay, I will, obviously being smacked in the face, pay attention to whatever you want.
Yeah. I just like hold out my paw that has the green like powder on it and like wave it and then like point my tail towards the corner of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We really need to establish code motions next time we do this, because this is the second time where I've just been like, oh no, I can't communicate.
Cat needs to learn like thieves can't or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Thieves can't. No.
Thieves
No. Unanimous no.
For punishment, you have to do next session without the VTuber.
Cool, you can have a black screen. That's fine.
Okay. Are you attempting to discern what the green powder is?
Yeah, I'll try to see if I can understand what it is. And while he's going through the ledger and whatnot, I'll get up and go take a look at where Tarek is pointing towards with his tail.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a nature check to try and discern what it is.
Nature. Okay, nature. 14.
14. You have also never seen this green powder, but for you, the scent is very familiar. It smells very much so like your coin purse.
Like my coin purse.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Barbaros would recognize this immediately.
Yes, that's my coin. Wait a minute, wrong character.
No, bad.
Okay.
You go over and look at the spot where Tarek points you to.
I do have an empty vial. I'm gonna kind of scrape some of it together in it.
Okay. And as you walk over, you scrape some up, but you can assess the same thing that Tarek does, that someone had this material on the bottom of their boot and was squatted down here for a period of time. And as you're looking, you can see this is essentially right next to and in front of one of these locked cases. So this is probably where someone was kneeling and picking a lock.
Okay.
And a moment later, the gentleman whose name you had not asked, was, all right. We had 5 customers that day. Let's see. Helly, she came. She just browsed for a little bit. She did not buy anything. No, she is interested in some golden hair clips. She was looking to possibly commission them and come back with some reference art for us to do. Madriel, she bought. What did she buy? Oh, a silver ring, a silver pinky ring specifically. Not. It clashed very much with her. Not a good choice, in my opinion. But who am I? Hammond, he came and he's shopping for an engagement ring for his bride-to-be, he hopes. Hammond's such a good boy. Good boy. He's too young. But if he's happy, he's happy. And there was Mary. Mary, she bought a jewel-encrusted comb, living a little above her station. It's alright. Einberg came and just bought a small amount of pre-cut fine jewels. Einberg's the only town alchemist, and whatever he's doing with them, I don't want to know. It's not my business. And lastly, it was Sarah. Sarah also did not buy anything, though she was in the market for. She wanted a jeweled bracelet, silver with sapphires. Is what she wanted.
Damn, people in this town are fancy.
Yeah.
It's a mining town known for its precious stones.
Still.
Yeah, it's almost commonplace here.
Okay. Well, I was trying to think if anyone maybe scouted it out beforehand, but and you know everybody that was on that list.
Yeah, so I know Harls. Like I said, he was never a good man, but I did not expect him to rob us. He was known for slightly more violent acts. They call him the Bloody Bullseye for a reason. But burglary has never been his forte.
I'm curious if it wasn't him, because you said he has a limp.
Yes.
And when you scuffled with him, did he seem to have issues with that leg at all?
On that natural one,
Oh.
it was dark and a very heated moment. And to be honest, I did not give him much time on his feet, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm not sure. He did move fast. Once I threw him through the window, and by the time I got to the window, he was gone.
Okay. Can I have a list of at least an estimate of all of the items it is believed he stole, so that way if we do find him, we can get what he took back to you?
I can give you a complete itemized list of the whole batch.
That would be great.
And he goes over to the other side of the counter and pulls out a different much more tightly bound and locked folio, and takes a little while and copies down what is in the page and hands it over to you. I'll send you that list after. I'm not gonna come up with that shit right now.
Yep.
But it's a list
Out of
of
ca-
fine jeweled items.
Out of character, there were 2 jewelry places that got hit, right?
Correct.
Do you know the name of the other jewelry place that was robbed recently?
Yes, and I also suspect that was Auroros, which is unfortunate. That was the princess's cat. I'm sorry, the princess cat. Ugh. He's the Vincent's a fuck. Lovely man, lovely shop. He has a fine eye. But that is over on the south side of the garden market.
Okay. Now, obviously there's competition between the 2 shops. Has it ever been hostile before?
No, never. I jest that we are best, but Vincent, he inherited the shop from Alma. Alma I loved. She was wonderful. Vincent, he has a fabulous eye for all of this. In fact, he has consulted on some of me and Yvonne's pieces. I will not admit that to anybody, but he knows what he's doing. He's a good man.
Could you give me a description of this Halls?
Harls. Hals.
Hal.
Let's
That
see.
was close.
Uh, well, he's a slight build, slender, human, pale skin, auburn hair. He keeps it short. He always dresses a little. I want to say flamboyantly. He's got the big poofy sleeves and pants too tight, and he has that bronze cane of his that he likes to walk with a limp. He also always has crossbow. Always has crossbow.
Okay. Do you know where he lives by chance?
Oh. The guards said something, because they went there after we reported it. I told them it was Horus. I recognized him. But, no, I don't know.
Okay. Does he have any close friends?
Harls? No. No, Harls is a son of a bitch. He's... Listen. He keeps crossbow on hip. Bloody bullseye. The man likes to go, he get drunk, he gets into confrontation, and then I don't know what he thinks he is. They go out into street, he gives them crossbow, he holds crossbow, shoot. Horus is always one. Always.
Does he have a favorite pub?
Everybody's favorite pub. Crystal Decanters, the best. But they threw him out of there because, well, they did not want a man there killing patrons. It's frowned
Bad
upon.
business. Okay. Well, I think that's all the questions I can think of currently. Hopefully we can figure out where he is and where your stuff is.
That would be wonderful. You do, and I make you fabulous chain set for horns as gift.
We can talk about that later.
Good luck, and please bring me back all my jewels. You may save marriage. My wife is very upset about this.
Okay, I will stand up and I'm just gonna take like a good look around to see if I notice anything else in the shop that like is just maybe kind of out of place.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception or investigation.
We're gonna do perception. 19.
19. Besides lots of broken things, and you would have just picked up the footstep that Tarek found.
Yeah.
That's the only strange thing. We'll say, as you were speaking with this man, you did realize that his skin seemed to be made of stone, and all the gold you were seeing is actually like a spider webbing gold veins that runs through his skin.
Interesting.
You've never seen a man like this before.
Can I do just a general insight check on his story?
Yeah, go for it.
$16.
He seems genuine.
Okay. I'll pick up Tarek and we will head out the door.
You make your way out, and it is at this moment that Barbaros, Seth,
Oh
you guys are
no!
sitting.
Wah.
Yeah, split the party. Y'all get your time too, bitches.
That was like almost just me time.
No, we weren't prepared.
Yeah.
So you are lounging about by the well, grooming your axe beak and probably grooming yourself because
Yeah. Using the
That's
same
some-
implements.
yeah, at some.
Give me that pick. No, Seth, no, don't use that. That's an anal pick.
At some point, Barbaros, your scales give you a shiver like you just caught a scent of rust somewhere.
So, Seth,
Yeah.
where are your swords?
Mm-hmm.
And it's then that you hear Barbaros, and you turn, and there's this short, portly woman with a tall bundle of strawberry blonde hair, wearing just simple farmer's dress. She's got the white apron on, nice maroon shirt and skirt, and this is Valeni.
Oh no,
She
Barbaros!
owns-
Oh no, sorry, Seth. Seth, she's already in my guard! I can't draw this massive sword in this small alleyway. I can try to back away from her, holding my hand out. No! I just cleaned my scales!
Well, oh no!
And we're all off kilter.
Cockeyed. He's back.
He's back. Everybody's out of place currently until he gets his model back up.
Oh,
No,
there we
he's
go.
Barbaros.
Everyone's back to where they're supposed to be.
I don't
No.
know what happened. I apologize. I'm back now.
Big shock.
Welcome back.
I wasn't
Yes,
getting
dude.
enough attention. Me.
There it
Continue
is.
now.
just gotta spice it up for a minute. That's all. So Valeni stepped forward. She goes, "I thought you were leaving town."
Oh, lady, that was the intent was to leave town. Right, things went wrong. Seth got sick with drops.
Oh, you dear thing. Well, I've got a perfect remedy. Come on back to my place. I'll fix you right up. And Barbaros,
I'm turning. I'm like looking at Seth, going like, "No."
This one's
no,
definitely a devil. I don't know. She's been a devil all along. She was the first one.
I knew it. I knew it.
Trust me, I'll fix you right up. I'll fix you a plate to eat. And Barbaros, my crawl space needs dusting because I believe there's some vermin under there that I'd love for you to get rid of for me. What? Since you're still in town, because you promised me you were gonna.
So you ever the expression like green at the gills?
Yep.
Barbaros is turning a little bit greener. He's like looking at stuff like, please get me out of this, please get me out of this, please get me out of this. This like small portly woman is
Barbaros
stronger
is
than
one
Barbaros.
weakness. Occasion grandmothers.
Yeah, I know. Like, Seth, we have important business here.
I'm still brushing my back speak. Madam, while I appreciate your gesture and your kindness, however, we are currently on a mission. We're suiting up before we head out on a monster hunt.
Okay, like I visibly like all my breath comes out of my body as I relax. I'm like, let's try a monster hunt. Yeah, there's a vicious monster out there. You might have heard about it. Caused kind of a commotion in the town.
Roll me a deception check with advantage.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I lie to her all the time. Is that why?
Seth's helping you out with the monster hunt. He gives you some credibility, and there was a commotion in town.
Ooh, she's gonna find me out. I got
You
15.
try to explain to her that there's a Rathalos out there.
Yeah, right. It's monster hunting. It's just dried, scaled. Oh god, that's just me.
Well, on a natural 17. She goes, well, Barbaros, I always thought you were a decent fella. Shame to be wrong. And she just she deflates and just turns around and walks away from you.
No! Sitting there looking at Seth like, oh, come on! No. Like, I'm looking between like Seth, because now my honor's been called in question, and I'm like, old lady, guard duty, end of world, old lady, village burned by demons, old lady.
Barbaros. I'm gonna look at Barbaros. What are the odds that she's actually still human?
0.
Then you are not beholden to an honor to such an honorless snake.
I don't think he was saying that to Seth. I think that he was trying to convince himself of that.
Probably.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit of both.
And they're like grab like one of the pick that was just used to clean the Axe Bill's bill, and I'm like using it on my own teeth. I'm like, but maybe. I don't really
I'll tell you
want to-
what, an apology is relatively cheap and easy to afford once an immediate threat is passed.
We can literally like stop mid like, I could write a letter. Just
To be fair, if she is still human, or if she's not a demon, or a devil, whatever you call them, at the end of the day, she'll know full well that you were responsible for saving them. So, any malice she's getting you at this point will be null and void.
like literally got my hands on both of Seth's shoulders like, Seth, you're a genius. Just like, go into my pack, because again I have scribing stuff, and like, go into my pack, grab like a quill, like, what do I do? Like go over to the axe beak, like put it in, like lick it.
The X-Beak licks your quill.
Yeah, like all right, yeah,
Weird.
shave this up. He's just like putting things in his mouth. Just clean his teeth.
I don't like putting things in my mouth.
Yeah, that was cleaning. I'm clean now.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different. Don't worry about
I
it.
expected him to
I
have
share
the
it with the
axe
axe beak.
I was expecting him to have the axe beak lick it, forget that he licked it, and then also lick it.
That would have been a
Yeah, right. Yeah, then just
Yeah.
No, okay, there we go. Yeah. Again,
It's not wet enough.
it's disgusting when it's with freaking pink-fleshed humans. It's not when it's with a bird that's kind of like him. They have the same feet.
Ah, yes,
The line.
my kid.
That's the line.
It's all about the feet.
Human with their toes. is
The X-Beak
gross.
has a fat tail. All right. That's
Exactly, it
all I'm
has
gonna
a
say.
fat tail, and it's mildly attractive. I don't know why, but
I have no idea.
I have no idea why. It's just strange. So
Just really
Barbaros is sitting there like he's got his like paper out here, a little parchment, and he's like, Your plumage, no. Your pinkness is good. How do you say something nice to a human?
Your spirit is warm and comforting.
Your eggs are not foul. I like that
Barbaros, that
you're-
implies something regarding fertility of a woman.
Ah, she is possibly past that point. Shouldn't bring that up. Write that down, like your warm intentions. So he just tries to write something that is like, hey, sorry, doing something, can't explain it. I didn't mean to brush you off.
Seth, are you actually going to assist him?
Yeah, I'll teach him based on the etiquette lessons I received as a young noble.
Yep. So
Perfect.
I will say you can roll me a performance or a persuasion check with advantage. As you attempt to
'cause
write
they're
this.
both the same. So actually, persuasion's better, so we'll go with that one with advantage.
It's a 0 instead of a -1.
Oh, she loves me. It's a 21.
Hell yeah.
There you
With Seth's unexpectedly and
yeah.
incredibly eloquent prose and guidance, you put together an incredibly thoughtful and warm little apology letter that explains that though it may not have seemed it, you were actually in the midst of something very important. And
Barbara's like, I don't really understand this part about the whispering eye. Could you explain that to me, Seth? That's a Shakespeare joke for you children. Go look it up.
No.
No.
don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Wait, you say you children like he was alive in your time.
We'll
Kids
never
don't
know.
learn Shakespeare. Come on.
They don't learn Shakespeare.
I was
mean-
literally in Romeo and Juliet. Oh my god.
Theater geek. Get him. Call him names.
How do you think I play D&D?
Call him names.
I fucking played Romeo. It was weird.
Tim was Juliet. I wasn't sure how that happened.
Don't worry about it. My wig looked great.
It
And
fits
he
so
gave
well.
great tongue for that kiss.
I did. Deep. Passionate tongue.
Alright. So we've had our fun. We pulled Barbaros and Seth in for a moment to have an awkward call out on that. Back to Velnorith. You exit out of the shop, and Fane and Henry, you see Velnorith come out with the black cat draped on her shoulders. Who does what?
Oh damn! I should have asked for directions. Wait, no, I kind of did. He said where
By
it
the
was.
garden market. South side of the garden market.
Yeah.
I see you guys come out, and Henry will immediately bring out, because he's still in the alley, bring out the wire. Did you find anything interesting? It just gives them gives Velnerith the opportunity to talk to her cat if she feels like it.
I do believe we acquired some information about a individual named. Oh, I'm going to say it wrong again. Halls.
Arls.
Arls.
Think
Arls.
Harley.
Hurls.
Arl.
He hurls. He hurls all over the place.
Yeah.
Arl.
That kills people.
Yep. That's all I'll say.
I would relay the information to Fane as subtly as I possibly can.
So you were both made aware that there is a man named Harls who robbed the place and was thrown the fuck out the window by the man that owns the shop. Okay.
Harl's known, I'll give a general description, and limp with a brass cane.
I will relay that information to Fane. I will send another message. Oh, we will follow slowly behind.
And then, yeah, I'm just going to head to the next shop.
Henry,
Yes.
if you were strong enough to pick somebody up and throw them through a window, and that person already had a bum leg, What are the odds that person would get away?
I,
Let's say if Barbaros were to throw you through a window, do you think you'd be able to get away from him then?
Henry immediately looks traumatized just envisioning that, and then comes back. I don't know if I would be conscious.
Exactly. Even if the person is hardy, if this person has some sort of physical ailment that prevents them from that requires them to move around that has a bum leg, how do they get away?
In my time there, I've seen many spellcraft that transports individuals in a rapid fashion to distances near and far. They could have had a seemingly an item on them to partake in such a mode of transportation.
Would there be evidence?
Not this long after. Theoretically, there's some spell component residue may be left in an area if it was physically cast, but it's been like some time, weather, what have you. I don't think any of it would still be around at this point.
Okay. Still, seems odd.
Henry, roll me an Arcana check.
Okie doke. I'm good at those. 22.
22. With a 22, you are well versed in pretty much all things Arcana at your age. So on 22, you are superbly confident in knowing the range and limitations of any type of teleportation magic that the individual would need to have sightline on almost all of them. The distance is never very far, and the ones that are tend to be very flashy or very loud.
Yep.
With that, you are fairly confident that if this individual used magic to get away, they would have only been able to get maybe a block from where they would have hit the ground outside the shop. And you are currently sitting in an alley about a block away from the shop.
Do I see signs in the alleyway that we are currently in of, I don't know, an explosion going off of somebody arriving that shouldn't have? I don't know.
Go ahead and roll a perception or an investigation check. And do you share this information with Fane?
Henry will, like, as he's explaining all of this, like, stop mid-explanation, like, stare deep into the distance. Fane probably thinks he's forgetting everything that he just said, but then he starts looking around the alleyway.
Did you drop something?
And what did you say was the check?
Investigation or perception.
Investigation. Another 22. Exactly.
Another 22. So you don't see any signs of an explosion or any like visceral reaction of arcana in this space. You do, however, by a set of crates a little bit further past you, see an odd green foot.
Henry will look toward his head, hop down, saying nothing, and then just kind of wandering over to the footprint. It's something. Fade. What do you make of this? A gesture to the footprint.
Bend over, seeing a slightly. It's not like it's like slime, like glowing. It is perfectly footprint shaped. I'm assuming it is. There's some green mixed in with like a footprint.
Yeah, there is a footprint here in the dirt that has green powder laced through it. That was at like a specific light, and because you were looking for something, you were able to catch.
Let's be specific. It's a boot print or barefoot print. Like, is it like a
Boot print.
Okay.
It's a boot print.
Okay. I'm just making sure it's not a.
No, that's
like,
that's a good clarification.
Yeah, because it could be like a dragonborn not wearing shoes, and it could be like somebody else or what have you in association or what have you. So yeah, boot print.
Which foot is it? Right boot or left boot?
That's a fantastic question. It's the right boot.
And is this the start? I'm assuming people have walked through here since, but does this appear to be like a boot print with emphasis? As if someone were catching themselves or landing on it?
It
Is that why it has
seems
remained?
fairly sunk in. Would you also roll me an investigation check?
While Fane looks at it, Henry will immediately cast message again. Hold up. We may have found something.
I'm bad at these. Well, not bad. I'm just not great. I'm rolling like shit tonight. That's a 4.
Jesus.
Looks like a footprint to me.
Yeah, the footprint is sunk in fair. There was some weight pressed into this.
If we have combat, I'm simply going to leave. My character will not survive.
No, you're getting it all out of the way now, and you'll get natural 20s all combat and just murder.
There we go. Does the coloration feel arcane in nature?
It does not feel arcane, though I would say roll me a general intelligence check or a nature check, your choice.
Okay.
Fane licks a finger, dabs it in the green, licks it.
It's disgusting. I
Tastes
genuinely
mostly like
don't.
dirt, I assume.
Sorry.
There is a. Give me an investigation check again.
Were you about to say you generally don't know what happens when you ingest this?
No, I know what happens.
okay.
I'm trying to think of the best way to describe. I know exactly what it is. I'm trying to think of the best way to.
I'm pretty sure I know exactly what it is too.
Yes,
Why I was gonna help
we all know what it is.
Our
I don't know
characters
how to
need to know
explain
what
how
this
it
is.
tastes.
Yeah. I got for
Uh,
my general intelligence check a 19.
Okay.
15 for
Archivist.
investigation.
Okay.
Investigating with tongue, I'm better at.
So,
Hey, yo.
So, hold. We cannot continue the
Jesus.
session right now. We have to circle back to that. What the hell do you mean?
Hey.
When you investigate with your tongue?
When you look at something, Dylan, you automatically know what
Know
it
what it
feels
tastes
like when
like.
you touch with,
Yeah.
with your tongue.
You know the
Like,
texture.
Then
You
why
know
does
the
he need to
texture of
lick
the
it?
To confirm.
Gotta get that full flavor.
They wanted to.
So, Henry, the instant it clicks in your head that this is a familiar component to you. This is copper oxide, which is not great for people. It clicks in your head right as you watch Fane just stick it on their tongue. And
Alright.
Fane, you taste. It tastes coppery. It tastes kind of bloody almost, but just a little off.
I wouldn't. Oh, you did already.
Copper?
It's copper oxide.
Fane spits it back. Fane spits it back out basically as soon as it goes into their mouth. It's the lick. Yep.
It's the test. Is
Nope,
it
that is-
poisonous? Yep.
Basically.
I will. I
Well-
will. Now that we figured this out, I will message Velnerith. Well, we found a footprint with the copper oxide on it, and it looked pretty just heavy footprint in the dirt. Stayed clearly. Well, we can follow. Seems they went off further in.
If we want to investigate the other store, we should. That is time dependent, I'm sure. But let us note this alley. If need be, we can return to it. And maybe if we can find out where this Auroros lived, we can retrace a path.
Did you want us divide and conquer in a way? You and me follow the footprints while they check the other jewelry store. We're already keeping a distance so that people don't know we're together.
Perhaps. What do they think?
I will send them the message. I love that these are free.
Get back on the radio.
Back on the radio. Popping the walkie-talkie out again. If it seems copacetic to you, we could follow the footprints here while you go find the other store and maybe get some more information. We will be out of contact for a period of time, so we probably should set a place to meet.
Let's meet back in front of this store in 1.5 to 2 hours.
Oh, message back. Sounds good. We'll see you there. Stay safe.
We will.
Chief seemed like they were going to go with the plan. So we follow the footprints, hopefully find something. They will get more information at the other store, meet back in over here an hour and a half or two.
All right. Let's see where this trail goes.
All right. I have PCs pre-made. Shit. Fucking ready.
Fane, I just generally, I've been feeling quite having my wherewithal in the last few hours. I don't know how long that's going to stay. Just
understood.
I'm not sure.
Appreciate in the meantime.
I tend to get lost.
Well, that's okay. Work with what we have.
All right. And we will follow the tracks.
Okay. So, to follow the tracks, that is going to be a survival check. So, which of you is going to helm that?
I only have a +1 on that one.
I have a whopping +2.
That's one better.
All right.
Do we trust me to make a good roll when it's been, I think, a 3, a 4, and a 15?
I've gotten
Yes.
22s and 19s. I'm prime for a 1.
True. All right. Survive. A 9. It was looking like a 1 for a second there, not gonna lie.
Okay. On a 9, you track the footprints for a little ways to the end of this alley. And you're heading north, away from the main street into the upper quarter of Ingswich. Or not the upper quarter, the northern quarter. But then you come to the next thoroughfare, and this is a heavily trafficked area. So you are not able to see where the footprints go from here. There are a handful of alleys on the other side of the street between the houses and the buildings here. So you can try and take a swing at which alley you think is the right one. Or if it even went in an alley.
Can I meander about the thoroughfare area, looking down the alley, seeing if I see the coloration that we're looking for?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a perception or an investigation check.
21. Jesus Christ.
21.
Jeez, dude.
It's all digital rolls too, like and not even
Hell
really real dice
yeah.
here.
You do not see any more footprints with the copper oxide in them. However, as you're just kind of meandering up the street, you do see a sign down towards the end of the street that points further north and indicates Glemville's copper mine.
I will gesture to Thane.
Yeah.
It's Tarek. He's very loud.
Meow. Meow. I will go to Thane. I think I know where they may have gone. I will gesture to the sign. It seems to make sense.
Indeed.
Maybe
Shall we head there and ask around, or should we wait for our compatriots who are not as conspicuous as us?
Maybe we get close if we can, or within eye shot, and just get a general look of where we're going, so we have more information to relay.
Should we walk past and then head towards the other gem shop?
That may be reasonable. If we head that way, I can message her, and we can not have to meet so far back.
Indeed.
Good idea.
Ever notice that when Fane is referring to us, he always has to jump through a hoop to not say the word friends.
Because that would be going too far.
That would be going way too far.
It's fair.
There's always a
It's 'cause
pause. And
Amarok
there's
wants
always
to
a
say
pause
friends.
in a close-ish synonym. That's all it always is.
Those people.
Acquaintances,
Yeah,
comrades.
yeah.
Amarok wants to say friends, but character does not say friends.
Fane doesn't like anybody.
Characters like you people.
I don't think Amarok
Yeah.
likes everybody. Okay. So, you make your way up towards the Glenville copper mine. So you head down that street, and as you turn onto it, it's a very similar scene as to the crystal mines down the Crystal Hill Farthing. You see a large walled structure inside the town. And there's just a small hill face here. It's not as large as the Crystal Hill Farthing, because that is literally built into like a sheared almost mountainside, cliffside under the government plaza, which is oddly precarious. But there's no buildings into the top of this one. It's just you can see it's a refinement yard. You see tracks. This is like log fencing. Tracks. There's smoke pouring because there is clearly a refinery in here as well. And there's probably a half a dozen, not city guard, but armed individuals, private security of some kind, that seem to be patrolling or stationed around this space.
Seems, well, it was at night. I wonder if they have patrols that operate at night too.
It might be worth a stakeout, but I'm worried if we take too long in the city, our compatriots may think the worst.
He didn't say friends either. Okay.
Henry doesn't have half Henry's brain missing. He doesn't. He gets
I don't
pass
count.
on that. He forgets what
Half
the
a
word
person
friend is
and half a
sometimes.
brain.
It's not people to me.
It would be perhaps difficult for us to go in there, but if we can catch Velnerith before she goes back to her meeting point, perhaps she and Tara can come here instead and ask some questions. I don't believe staying long enough for a stakeout would be a good idea, but perhaps have her inquire.
You guys could go ask questions.
That seems like a good idea. The voice and the voice
half
in
the
this,
town is devils, and they all know us.
the
It's not
voice
the
in this,
city guard.
the voice in the sky is it may or may not be condescending currently. So I think this is a good idea.
Not condescending. I'm just saying, you guys could talk to him.
Yes, ignore the gods.
Henry says that in character because he's losing his mind. So he just hears the voice.
Rolled the perception that's so good, I saw a great outer being standing above us, and I was just a plastic being on a table.
You
Okay.
okay there, bud?
No.
And then I
Wanna
snap
talk
back to
about
the
it?
reality I know.
No, I had read a thing where someone said they had rolled so high on a perception check that their DM actually did that. Their character became aware of the players for a minute and then snapped back. I'm like, that's a horrifying concept.
That's
I hate
awful.
that.
That's
I fucking hate it.
That's the equivalent of a Cthulhu madness. It's like you
Exactly.
you
They
perceived
already did that in
and
the
understood.
Gamers College film.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole concept was the adventure led to the PC characters, or the characters busting in the door to the PCs and killing them all. And then noticing
Yes,
their
I remember
information on the
that.
sheets of paper was like, my intelligence is a 4? Outrageous! Grabs a pencil and starts erasing it.
That's
awesome.
pretty cool.
I love it.
That's pretty cool.
That's really funny.
That's great. So the two of you do the quick little reconnaissance, and you turn and make your way towards the garden market to try and head off Velnerith and Tark. Henry got stubby little legs. You guys have quite a head start, seeing how they literally went in the opposite direction for a ways. The mine is not right there. That pathway is actually like about a mile long before you got to the mine itself. Yeah. So, as the two of you arrive in the garden market and make your way towards the Princess Cut, you come to a
Song and Dance.
yes, that's right. A modestly sized, smooth limestone building with a red tiled roof, which is fairly common around here. It's honestly built kind of like a small fortress. Like, just in shape and color and aesthetic, it looks like a military fort. It's just the size of like a house instead. But on the front, right next to the door, there is a very large picture window with the words "The Princess Cut" stamped into it with elegant script. There seems to be customers inside that you can see. This is not boarded up or damaged like the Living Jewel was.
Okay. I'll go inside and peruse around and wait to get the attention of an employee or the owner.
Okay.
And then as I'm just gonna also just take a look around, see if there's anything kind of disturbed.
Got it. So as you enter, the inside is much different than the outside. It is warmly lit, full of just very warm tones of wood. The counters and furniture is all like this rich mahogany. The floor and the walls are paneled with like a lighter oak. And there just seems to be an ambient light throughout this chamber, and there's also, you can't place the source of it, but there's just low lute music just playing, but you don't see anybody playing a lute or any kind of instrument at all. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Lots of perceptions and investigations this
I did.
session.
I got a 23.
Awesome. Okay. So the first thing you notice is immediately inside the door, there is a massive half orc wearing scale mill and equipped, just armed to the teeth with knives and a sword and a large broadaxe on their back. There are roughly, yep, there's about a half a dozen customers milling about, and you see there are 2 attendants in fine dress, just shifting among the tall glass cases filled with velvet pillows and still loaded up with what seems to be fairly fine jewelry. And towards the back, there is the mahogany counter, and behind that, you see a middle-aged half-elf. Seems to be strawberry blonde hair, streaked with just a touch of gray. In a is it styled into a pompadour? Very, very up and back. Is wearing fine clothes, and you see, crinkles around his eyes, and he's helping a customer at the counter at the moment.
I'm just gonna wait my turn.
Okay.
Just gonna peruse around, looking for rubies.
Okay. With that investigation check, you do see a handful of, though notably smaller, but still finely cut rubies. You find a pair of gold earrings inset with 2 rubies each. There's a pair of gold and ruby cufflinks, and you also see a very fine pair of bracers that have a ruby set into each of them. Slightly larger, almost egg-sized rubies on those. But as you know about, one of the attendants, young man in, like, I don't want to say like a suit, because suit doesn't feel very fantasy medieval-esque, but the equivalent of a suit, like a very fine dress tunic, rich purple color. He steps forward. Hello, miss. How may I help you?
Are you the owner of the store?
Oh, no, that would be Mr. Grieve. And he gestures to the older elf, half-elf gentleman at the back.
I'm here. My party and I, we are investigating the jewelry theft that has been going on. Wanted to ask some questions.
Yes, terrible business. Thankfully, Mr. Grieve has fantastic security, so the scoundrel was not able to get away with much.
Yep. Can I?
Oh, yes. He'll be done with his customer soon, but you can go wait by him.
Yep. I'll just wait.
And so, a little bit passes. You see the elf, half elf, clock that you are there, and give you the few moments, and he turns back, continues to. Doesn't seem like he's haggling, but negotiating, I guess you could say, over the piece that the individual is inquiring after. A few minutes later, that person hands over a small chest and then leaves with their wrapped item and Mr. Grieve turns his attention to you. He goes, "Well, hello! How can I help you?"
I am here inquiring about the jewelry thefts that have been going on, trying to find the one responsible.
Oh, yes, nasty, nasty business. Thankfully, well, Aunt Alma invested in wonderful security in her time. I did tell Boris he really needed to. He got hit hard by this. Thankfully, we fared better. We have most of our stock left, but they did make off with some fairly expensive pieces. But, so are you here after the bounty? Yes?
Yes, here for after the bounty, and
I put that in on Boris's behalf. He's too proud. He said the gods would be able to handle it, and he and Yvonne would make do. I wouldn't have it, so I commissioned the bounty so we could get their goods back. Healthy competition and all that. It keeps me sharp.
absolutely. Were you here during the incident?
Oh, no. I live up in the west side.
Was anybody here at the time?
Just a security system.
Personnel or other?
Scrying eyes.
Um, did you see what happened?
Yes. And I gave that. I gave the. I was about to say security tapes. I gave those images to the gods.
The security scroll.
How's there it is, the security scroll.
Scrolls.
I gave the securities. That's super sci-fi though, but it still works. I gave the security scroll to the gods. Hal's picked the lock, got in. The scrying eyes picked him up fairly quickly, but not before he managed to open 2 of my cases and get out before the guards showed.
Was he limping?
Yeah, why not? Come back and look. And he brings you into a back room behind the counter. You step, and looks like an office space. You see a couple tables with magnifying glasses mounted onto them. You see one with a seems to be like a spigot and a large saw blade. This is a jeweler's workshop.
Yep.
But in one corner you see a large polished silver mirror. And it's kind of affixed to a very ornately carved wooden desk that's just got runes scrawled all through it. Steps up and shifts his hands over the runes in a specific pattern. Yes. You can watch for yourself.
Yeah.
And as he finishes and you step up, the mirror runs like a security tape, because why not?
Mm-hmm.
And you see kind of like an aerial view. It's shifting around the room at all times. And just as it shifts past the door, you catch it. The door shifts open slightly. And then when it spins back around, the door is open. And now it starts to scan through the room. And it locks onto a hunched over figure in front of one of the cases. And you watch them click the lock, take an item out, shove it into a bag. And then they get up and sprint out the door.
Sprint, no issue at all.
No issue at all.
Interesting. You wouldn't happen to have any information on this character? Where they live, friends, family, work?
If he had a job, he wouldn't be robbing jewelry stores. No. Howes was a scoundrel, a wastrel, a drunkard who had a penchant for killing when he got a little heated up. And unfortunately, out here in the boonies, that is warranted. A night in jail for a justified killing if you are in a duel. But as for friends, no. As for drinking holes, he got kicked out of each one after one or two of these incidents, to the point where nobody would have him. He's never much of a robber, though.
Interesting.
Honestly, it sounds strange just to say it out loud, besides the occasional killing. He was mostly an alright guy.
If it wasn't for the murdery bits.
If it wasn't for the murder.
If it wasn't for the murder, great guy. Catch him at church periodically.
Maybe some of them deserved it. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, some gods are alright with that. Velnorith's god specifically would be like, hell yeah.
They deserve it? Okay,
Yeah,
fuck them.
it was a fight. You gave them a crossbow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
more enough.
It's a duel.
It's just like, I'll allow it.
Oh, well. Okay. I honestly can't think of much more than what we've already heard. My name is Velnirith. If you think of anything else, can I get a list of the items that he did take? So if we do find him, we can return. What is yours?
Oh, yes. A pair of silver braces. And my finest, is it diadem? My finest diadem. White gold.
Was there anyone previous to that that within like a 10, 12 hour time frame that kind of was suspicious, maybe seemed to be scouting out your place?
I have one question before I answer that. Tarek, are you still on Velnorith's shoulders?
I probably would have at this point been, after seeing the tape, I would have probably gone out and or attempted to. I would did they close us into a back room?
No.
Oh, okay. I would probably hop off her shoulders, just silently go and check out the area where it looked like he had been, to see if I can find any more of the schmutz, so to speak.
Great. Okay. We'll get to that in a second. Velnorith turns to you as, no one seemed to be scouting us out. Nobody even asked after those items specifically. But we see all kinds of people all day long. We've got to be the best shop in, at least all of Ingswich, if not most of Eridhest. Finest selection.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's about it for now. We'll have some other leads. I'll follow up, and hopefully we can find it.
Okay. Tarek, in the meantime, while you're out and about in cat form, go ahead and give me a perception check.
What am I doing? I don't know why I'm asking you this, but is this perception to see? Is it perception to smell? What am I doing here?
To see.
To see, okay. Natural one.
Lick it.
I got distracted by something shiny.
shiny. This place is immaculate. There's no footprints. This is an insanely clean shop. That's all you got.
I hop back up to Velner's shoulders.
Well, if you are going to hunt down this Hall's character, please do so. I like Boris and Yvonne. They're good people. They deserve their things back. And I would like my braces and my diadem back. They were painstaking to craft. Boris actually helped me with the diadem. The man's got a way of singing to the stone. It's incredible. Doesn't have my eye, though.
Does seem to be unique in that way.
Those Genasi's, they can do incredible things.
Anyways, thank you for your time.
Yes.
We'll let you know.
Excellent. Thank you. And gold will be yours upon delivery.
Yeah, so we'll leave and
All right. It's right about as you're exiting the shop that Henry and Fane, you are within eyeshot of the shop and see the two of them exit. And right about now, you're getting real close to your wild shape being up, I will say. You're aware.
Yeah, I had planned on stopping after this, conversation anyway. So as we leave, I'm gonna try to hop out and find like a small alley to turn back in.
Okay, yeah. You're right at the edge of the guard market, so there's a tent city in front of you, stalls, and all kinds of winding which ways of miscellaneous vendors. And there's the little through-betweens between all of these shops and buildings here.
I will go into whatever looks the most secretive, and I will drop my wild shape, and then wait a couple seconds, and then stroll out.
Just for shits and giggles, give me a stealth check.
As shit, I don't have the cat step look up. I did not do anything except for perceive.
Perception.
Because I know they have a +4 to stealth. Okay, good. Because
Nice.
I sure as hell don't. Did that roll?
Yeah.
It did.
Okay. 12! Yay!
That's middling.
Okay. Yeah, so you stroll out of the alleyway and rejoin Belnerith. Henry,
Hi.
give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
No. But why?
We'll get to that.
get to
20.
if he survives.
I don't know what these rolls are tonight.
You're taking feigns.
Taking all of Fane's luck.
Yeah, you're not rolling 1d20, you're rolling 20d1. Stop that.
That's how you
All
win.
right.
Forehead.
Continue on.
Henry is not
Do I
aware
know-
that he just succeeded on a wisdom saving throw.
I was gonna say, am I aware that something tried to do something to me?
No.
No? Great. Cool.
Neat.
Awesome. Tally ho.
So yeah, the two of you you exit. Tark splits off for a second, and a moment later, human Tark returns to your side, Velnerith.
Asimartar, excuse me.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Humanoid.
Angel Boy
Yeah,
returns.
there you go. Perfect.
And Thane, Henry, you see your two compatriots standing outside the shop, just kind of doing whatever the fuck you guys are doing. I don't know what you guys are doing. What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing.
And the DM started talking to himself. We've won, gentlemen.
We did it.
We did it.
Broke him.
We broke.
The voice in the sky is talking to me too, guys. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
So if your sky voice is talking to you and you're the sky voice talking to us, it's all like it's all trickled
God, it's
Our
down.
getting too
characters
rough.
need to start their own campaign where they pretend to do things.
We're playing
They're playing
D&D and
characters.
Barbaros. Like, no, it's gonna be Cadwin running D&D for all the All-Star characters.
Oh
I
no!
don't want
I was
that.
gonna say, Barbaros is playing a game of humans and mortgages.
Humans and mortgages.
Humans and mortgages. Oh, it's a terrible
You
game.
default on your loan. Roll for bankruptcy.
No!
God, I've been rolling like crap all this time.
Roll
My
new,
character's already eating toothpaste under the overpass.
roll new company.
Fuck. Damn.
That guy-
John,
that guy's
if
super
I have to dip out early, is it a pain in the ass to actually fix all the cameras?
Yes.
If you gotta go, we can wrap up early. That's okay.
Yeah, we can wrap up
Okay,
early if we need
I'm
to.
not feeling well.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah, no worries.
Absolutely. So, we'll say it there. You all have investigated the shops, and the four of you have reunited in the hustle and bustle of the market, where you are confident that you can blend in for a little bit, and you have some leads to go on and some information to share, and that is where we will pick up next time.
Okie dokie.
Cool.
Splendid.
And Barbaros can break some more old lady hearts like a dick.
Savage. I was like, I don't know this character. How do I play this? I know he's terrified of her.
It's fucking wonderful. All right. Thank you all so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in hopefully 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.